Let's go to Port Harcourt, the River State capital. We'll get you ready for the National Wrestling Championship. It's been tagged the Governor Wike Wrestling Championship. It will come up from November the 23rd till the 30th at the Indoor Sports Hall of the Alfred Dates Spiff Civic Center in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt will be busy with wrestling. After that, from February the 7th till the 11th, we're going to be having the African Wrestling Championship, the Senior Wrestling Championship. The big boys will come to town. Guess what the Minister for Youth and Sports is saying? Barrister Solomon Dalong is saying that Port Harcourt hosting the competitions, it has the quality to unite the people of River State and Nigeria, and I agree with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I'm just so glad that the ministry has taken it up as part of their project, in spite of the fact that, party issues and, different affiliations has not been brought into bear. What they have been is just been very, very objective. I'm glad of this that this competition is taking place in River State, the preparation leading to the committee that has been set up, and this is something that will benefit Nigeria as a country. It's not something that should be looked at as no political coloration should be given.
Anything that makes outsiders come to your country is serious business.
Yeah, even at the bidding process, he did mention that the minister was involved actively, because this is something that is national in nature. So you cannot just say, okay, sports federation. The minister did allude to the fact that, as I nearly say Igalo, Agali did very well, won a gold medal with Canada stick. He's back in the country, and he's trying to impact, the nation. This is something that deserves all the encouragement that it can get. And I'm so glad that, I understand that, what's the name? Adekuroye will not be part of the competition, as in
Adekuroye will be
at
part
this
of
one,
the weekend, but will not be going to the Commonwealth Championship in South Africa. And look, she has said it's just to prove to people that what we're doing here cannot be termed small. She's been there, done that. So she's saying that, look, we have the Governor Wike Championship coming up. We do this one. I get ready for February. If I go to South Africa in December, I might just touch a calendar.
Yeah, she's managing herself, managing her strength. It's very important because, I mean, we see what that with Roger Federer, picking tournaments that you go to, so that when you actually appear on the world stage, you have enough energy. You don't burn out. And you are able to give your best, and which is very, very good pick of choice. Picking this competition, a home competition, also creating more buzz and value. I mean, if she's picking competition in Nigeria ahead of that outside the country, it shows that she places a lot of premium on what we have here, and which is very, very good. I must commend her for that, and the River State government, for putting this competition together.
That's right. Awesome. So we'll continue to monitor that one. But information that you can use, the National Wrestling Championship will come up from November the 23rd and run till the 30th in Port Harcourt. After that one in February, the big one, the Africa Senior Wrestling Championship. Africa will be coming to Port Harcourt in River State. And the governor, Nyesom Wike, says, look, this is serious. He said, for now, keep Rivers United to the side. Let's organize this competition properly. We're bringing Africans to our states, and it's going to be a good one for Nigeria also. Let's get on with the show now. We're going to Portugal. Fasten your seatbelt. Quadri, he's the only African, and of course the only Nigerian featuring in the European Table Tennis Union. That's a big deal right there. It's their own Champions League, and Nigeria's Quadri will be leading Sporting, that's his club, against Portugal's Marcos Frietas team called France Pontois Kerji in the third round of the lucrative league on Thursday. For me, if you count from the Nigeria Open till date, this man has been busy.
Absolutely. At times when I look at him, I just get a bit concerned in the sense that other players are not as busy as he is. It shows that the ranking at the Olympics is definitely paying off, and he doesn't have to play preliminary stages, go straight into the draw, which is what Omotayo is trying to do, so he's been very, very busy. Dusseldorf, he was there, the Liège, he was also there, German Open, now Swedish Open last week.
Defeated the same guy, the
Swedish Open, and this guy happens to be even ranked than me, is number 17, and so it shows that he's very, very active, getting necessary exposure, and getting to see these players and play with them, and realize that they are not really esoteric human beings, that they are normal people, and that once you begin to rub shoulders with these guys, the top, it's just a matter of time for you to become the Timo Balls of this world, and and the Lees of this world. All it takes is exposure, more competition, and which is very good for him, for his confidence. tournaments. Awesome. You know, he was in the top 8, made the top 8 at the Swedish Open, which is very good. You know,
won the Polish Open. Won the Polish Open. Didn't do so well in Germany. Says, look, I have to come back.
Liège, you know, it is in circulation, playing with the top guns, and they're getting a lot of experience. And last time at the German Open, it was the Eastern Europeans that took him out. Even when he went to Swedish Open, you know, he met the Asians and, you know, beat them as well. So all this exposure definitely helps his confidence.
I agree.
You know, when he goes to the Olympic, I mean, absolutely, with the wealth of experience he's gotten so far, it wouldn't be like a strange land. Already he's been to the quarterfinal before, and with the level of confidence and exposure now, medal placement would not be out of place.
I agree with you totally. So that's it. I don't know, Quadri playing in the lucrative Champions League. It's called the European Table Tennis Union Champions League. He's the only African. Only African in that. So that's very good
a milestone
for table tennis. And then Joseph mentioned Olajide Omotayo, that this guy is coming up. They will be learning 1 or 2 things from Aaron Quadri. Olajide Omotayo has continued to improve in every tournament, and this was reflected in his performance at the ongoing IWTF Challenge tagged the Spanish Open. The former national junior champion today put a step forward in his bid to make it to the main draw of the men's singles. First, there was an objective. This young man says, I'm tired going to competitions and I just get beaten in the preliminary. He says, I want to make it to the main draw, rub shoulders with top players, and that's what he's trying to do.
That is the influence of Haruna Quadri. You know, these are players who they've trained with Haruna Quadri. They realize that fine is a better player, but really there is nothing really esoteric about him or special. He's still the normal player, and you know, they are getting inspired by what he's been able to achieve. And as a result, he's emboldening them, and when they go to tournaments, you know, he wants to get to the main draw. As it is now, based on his ranking, he has to play through, you know, the qualifying series to be able to qualify for the main draw. So he's definitely getting more inspired, you know, looking forward to playing for the main draw by dispensing with players that, you know, come his way in order to be part of the main ranking.
It sounds good. So we'll be rooting for Olajide Omotayo, and despite being seated below his opponent that he defeated right there at the Spanish Open, Omotayo started well against the Turk with 12-10, 11-5 wins, but his opponent rallied back to win the third game at 11-3. Knowing what was at stake, the Nigerian did not play to the gallery as he wasted no time to dismiss the European star in the next 2 games, 11-8, 12-10 to complete the 4-1 route. So when you win 4-1, that's convincingly right there. So let's see. This win has, of course, boosted his confidence. And his last group match will be against Kazakhstan, then is Zoludev tomorrow. So let's wish him well. He wins that one. He's off to the main draw.
Main draw.
Okay, let's just use about a minute to talk about this one coming from the National Assembly. Joseph, they are pledging to appropriate more funds for sports in the 2018 budget. And that's very, very important because in 2018, we have the Commonwealth Games.
We have Commonwealth Games. We have the World Cup coming up. You know, man, we have the basketball, you know, World Cup coming up as well. You know, it's a good idea, really, you know, but it's always better to make these funds available in order to help them prepare for the tournament. Now, because as it is now, what they are doing now is providing funds for the tournament proper and not for preparation for the tournament. You know, so I hope it will not just be a jamboree, because it's important. You know, I was listening to Gali the other day talk about that we need to set funds aside. Even Kida said the same thing. Have 200 million, 300 million, so that these federations will know that this is money that is kept for the athletes to prepare, other than appropriating money for the tournament itself. So it's not just enough to get them to the tournament. They have to go there and show up on, you know, on the podium. So really, I just hope it is not a belated effort. It's, however, commendable. But I do believe that going forward, it's important that they begin to look at it from the angle of preparing for tournaments and not just for the tournament itself.
That's right.
Appropriate funds, you know, to these federations and let them have it and help them to train their athletes before the
totally
Commonwealth Games.
What is a breath of fresh air? Let's just hope that they'll match words with action. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's go on this break. When we come back, we'll take a look at live scores from the UEFA Champions League. Don't go anywhere. Stay.